Here's your WNEM TV5 News Update.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan. I'm Christine Winter. Here is a look at the top stories we are following for you today. A chaotic start to the week for the Flint City Council. Now city business is at a standstill with a budget that still needs to be passed. According to 7th Ward Council member Candace Mushat, notices were sent to city employees that without a budget in place, they could be laid off as of July 1st. A special meeting for the Flint City Council is scheduled for today at 4:45. In Tuscola County, 9 firefighters resigned in Cairo. In their resignation letter, they cite recent developments within the department and what they call a lack of unbiased promotions, accountability, transparency, equality of treatment, and effective leadership. The city manager says mutual aid will help during structure fires, as it already does. We've reached out to the Cairo fire chief for comment. Stay with TV5 for more updates. All right, you can share your ideas today on improving our Michigan roadways. MDOT is leading a study on the M13 M81 corridor. Stop by the open house hosted by the City of Saginaw's Engineering Division to learn about the Comprehensive Transportation Safety Action Plan, also known as Safe Streets Saginaw. It's all happening today from 4 to 6 at the SVRC Marketplace. Now let's check in with Matthew for a look at your forecast.
Thank you, Christine. And as we go into this Wednesday, first alerting you to moderate air quality impacts, especially this morning with some wildfire smoke from Canada still present here. But for today, we are going to see a cold front moving through, so we actually only see low 80s around our southeastern areas, behind the cold front falling quite quickly into the 60s for the second half of the day. But the rainfall ahead of the front is already starting to arrive this morning. As we go through the day, it'll be just a slow eastward progression of this rain, but expecting some scattered showers in the Bay region by about noon, then into the Thumb during the early afternoon, and we're also expecting a few isolated storms in the Thumb. There's also the possibility that some of this rain tries to linger into tonight, primarily for Flint, Lapeer, and for the majority of the Thumb. But by Thursday, any rain that leaves early in the morning, that will then lead us towards a mostly sunny sky for Thursday. Rain totals towards the southeast could locally get up to about an inch if the rain can linger long enough for the rest of mid-Michigan, though expecting an average quarter to a half of an inch. And there is a marginal risk for severe storms in the Thumb, the Bay region, and our southern row of counties today. However, this marginal risk still highlighting that it's an isolated chance. And at this point, we're still not seeing too much data that would suggest any sort of widespread outbreak of severe weather. So it doesn't look to be a great chance for today, but we still just can't completely rule out a severe storm or two, perhaps if it's able to get going really well along the cold front. First Alert 7-day forecast, much more seasonable, still comfortable as we go through the rest of the week. 73 on Thursday, 72 on Friday, and we'll hold those 70s for the rest of the 7-day forecast.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.